But you mentioned a phrase that a lot of people haven't probably heard, and that is cloud hosting. What do you mean by that phrase?
Yeah, that's a very popular term these days. WordPress.com lives in the cloud. And basically, the cloud means that it's just living on the internet, usually on a distributed network of servers. That means more than one, a server farm out there. And for you as a user, that means that it's pretty fast and it's secure. And if one server goes down for any reason, it doesn't mean that your website is just going to disappear off the internet in the process. So it's really important to understand that the cloud is a very valuable means of doing business these days.
Yeah, it's a very key phrase, and I wanted to just reiterate on that because it's a phrase we're hearing, and I just wanted to get the definition. It's really cool. Cloud computing is really a good idea, but I'm really keen to understand whether or not this creates some issues with maintenance of your site, and if you need to worry about what's happening there. Can you just explain the pros and cons of the cloud in terms of maintenance of your own site?
Well, WordPress is managed by a company called Automattic. WordPress.com is owned by Automattic. And they're the guys that actually created WordPress to begin with. So that means that anything that happens on WordPress.com is managed by them. That includes updates coming from Automattic, backing up your content, which is on their servers. All of that is done for you.
You know, this is really interesting. A lot of the stuff we're talking about today, I didn't personally know, and this idea that WordPress.com is the easy startup position because a lot of the stuff is done for you. Does that really mean that you're limiting yourself by having this one, or what can you do with WordPress.com to start with, and what can't you do?
I love that startup position that you mentioned. That's excellent. It's very interesting because WordPress.com is the easier starting position when we're talking about working with WordPress and starting with a blog or starting with a website and designing it. But just like anything, you cannot do anything you want on a WordPress.com site. Even though it comes with automatic maintenance and you don't have to worry about what happens there, all you really need to do is worry about your content and getting it up on the site. You can't do just anything. You have to work within the boundaries of WordPress.com. And it does come with something, though, that is very, very, very sophisticated, and I think should be mentioned here. It has an excellent publishing and SEO package called Jetpack. So .com sites automatically come with the Jetpack that is only found using the WordPress.com account. So I'll mention that a little later, but an important point, I recommend signing up for a WordPress.com account regardless of what version of WordPress that you're going to use. So if you're going to use a .org, you'd still want to sign up for a .com account so you can have access to that Jetpack program that's within WordPress.com. But to answer the second part of the question, can you publish whatever you want on WordPress.com? That would be a big no. There are content restrictions on WordPress.com. Automattic won't let you do at least two things. You can't publish anything you want if those things fall into areas like pornography or illegal material, which you shouldn't be publishing anyway, but you're not going to be able to do it on a WordPress.com site. And I think more importantly, for some people who are interested in monetizing their sites, you cannot publish Google Ads on a WordPress.com site. And this is important because if you can't publish those, you can't monetize your site through ad revenue by opting into Google's AdSense.